put on an exciting show for everybody up here. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be it's gonna take a lot to try to get ourselves up front, but we're just gonna, like I said, work hard to get our good pit stops and use everything we can to our advantage and try to put that Pennzoil car somewhere near the front by the end of the day.
You have a collection of all the cards here for Steve Parks.
Watkiins Cup guys, well, if you had, I do all this newspaper stuff and television stuff, and that race that I won last, no matter what, that is going to probably be my best victory, no matter throughout the whole career. There's a race behind me, you're all clapping too early. But I mean, obviously, with all that in mind, to have the opportunity, like I think it was in USA Today, getting that hug from Dale Earnhardt in Victory Lane, I mean, I think that's what I lived for my whole entire life. And no matter what happens from here on out, no matter how many races I win or championships, I'm never going to have that again. So, I mean, it just makes that win and that Victory Lane here at Watkiins Glen so special that, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do to top that other than just to try to go and win a championship, for Dale Earnhardt for everything he's done for me. So, it's been a tough year for us. We've had a lot of cheers and a lot of tears, and as a company, we've been doing great, but it really hasn't been a great year. I mean, no matter what happens this year, we're not going to look back on it in 5 or 6 years or 10 years and say what a great year this year was, because it wasn't. It's been a real tragic year. But with Michael winning the 500 and us coming back and winning Rockingham and Dale Jr. going back to Daytona and winning the Pepsi 400, I mean, it's just been an incredible year for us. But in the light of everything, it's hard to put a smile on your face thinking about it. So we just know what we need to do. We need to just go out there and win races and win championships, and that's what Dale has taught us all to do and has had the confidence in us to do. So we just got to keep our heads down and keep working and keep working hard and just trying to win. Just try to keep winning for to have the vision and the legacy that he started 3 or 4 years ago live on.
Next question is from Tiff Boatman. Yeah.
Ricky Rod.
She wants to know what you do in your spare time.
Wow. What spare time? I go to really nice VIP places and talk to really nice people. I got a half hour. They said I had a half hour, and I said, well, when are we going to squeeze that in? And they said, well, I just got done not qualifying, and I got a deal at 6 o'clock, so they're like, 5:30? I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, I ride my motorcycle a lot. I think you've all read that I enjoy building and riding Harley Davidsons, and I left Indy. Yeah, woo! That gets a woo out of me, yeah. Harley Davidson, woo! But I left Indy last week and flew to Sturgis, which is the largest motorcycle rally in the country, and spent 2 days out there and rode almost 700 miles in 2 days, and just seen probably some of the most incredible parts of the country I've ever seen before out in South Dakota. And I'm actually leaving after the race here, and this is how I relax. After I run 90 laps, or whatever it is around Watkiins Glen, how I cool off is as soon as I'm done racing, I get on my motorcycle and I'm riding to Michigan.
All right.
To the next race.
All right.
So, and all you upstate New York fans, just like I am, I'm going up through Niagara Falls into Canada and across Canada and dipping back down to Michigan, and it's the first time I've had the opportunity to do that, but I hear it's incredible. So we're going to take a 2 or 3 day trip and work our way from Watkiins Glen to our next race, and that's another reason why I like motorcycling so much, is because I don't have any time off. So, I mean, between traveling from one race to the other, either, you drive or fly. So, I mean, I'd rather just, if I can, jump on a motorcycle and ride to the next race and try to do 2 things at once. Try to enjoy motorcycling and do it in between races. So that's what I like to do when I have some time off.
Did you do the charity run?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I did, and that is an incredible. I think when I'm done racing, I'm going to write a book, and one of the first things I'm going to write in is that in a lifetime, there's one thing y'all have to do. You have to ride across country on a motorcycle. It's just one of those experiences where, you leave California, and I mean, I left right after the Sonoma race. I mean, same deal. Got out of the car, got on a motorcycle, and started driving 3,300 miles across the country, and you know, it's a tough thing to do, but it's physically and mentally and just so rewarding that, you know, when you leave California and you spend 5 or 6 days crossing the country, the things you see, the smells, the sights, the sounds, the wind, the rain, the snow. I mean, just things, you know, that you wouldn't think you'd be able to get through. Just makes it feel so rewarding when you come up to that sign and it says, "Welcome to North Carolina," and you're like, "Man, I made it." You know, and along the way, I mean, we stopped at 3 different children's hospitals. We raised over $1 million to donate to 3 different children's hospitals across the United States, and to go in there and see those kids and donate the money to the hospital. I mean, it's not even the money. I mean, the kids need the money, but you know, 3-year-old kids, 2-year-old kids, babies, infants, they don't know what money is. I mean, they just know that they need care and that these people are taking care of them. And, you know, to go in there and just, you know, horse around with them and play some jokes and put a smile on their face, it just puts your life into perspective, or puts my life into perspective. I mean, you know, you see a young kid or a little kid or an infant with cancer and you say, well, this kid hasn't done nothing to nobody. And, you know, I mean, for some reason, you know, he's stricken with an illness that hopefully we can cure by raising all this money, and it really puts your life in perspective. I mean, I never wake up. I don't care if I'm sick or I don't feel good or tired. I mean, since I started going on that ride and seeing these kids and stuff, I never wake up and say, man, I'm having a bad day, because, man, if we get up in the morning and you can walk and go to the bathroom by yourself and drive a car and ride a motorcycle, man, you don't understand how fortunate we all are to be able to do that. And to be able to put a smile on these kids' face by raising money and just going in there and horsing around with them, you know, is what I live for. I mean, it just really makes me feel good about myself and about what other people do when they donate money and stuff, and what the true meaning of it really is. So, you know, it's a true blessing.
This will be the final question. As you said, you have to leave and do another appearance here at 6, so we're going to try to get you out. The last question is going to be from Victoria. She wants to know what the most important thing Dale Sr. has taught you.
What?
I can answer this in so many ways, and away from hunting, which I'm not really good at. Believe it or not, if I just summed it all up, I mean, there's so many different things that he had taught me along the way. I mean, he treated me like a son, and you know, if you did something right, you might get one of those little half smiles he used to give, and if you did something wrong, you were baling hay in the hot sun with him. So you always tried to limit how many things you did wrong, so you didn't have to go out there and work. He'd have Taylor driving the tractor, and me and him huffing hay onto the back of the trailer in the hot sun. So
hey, been there, done that.
Really, the biggest thing he taught me, and you're all going to laugh when I tell you, is patience. And you think to yourself, Dale Earnhardt, man, he never showed any patience. He was always wide open on the gas. But if you remember back, Dale never crashed out of a race early on in a race. I mean, he you know, very rarely ever crashed, and never did in the early stages of a race. And he just taught me how important it was to just stay focused, no matter how good or how bad your car is, and be patient, work your way through your pit stops, keep your head about yourself, communicate with your crew, try to make that car the best car it can be for the late stage of that race. And you know, after your last pit stop, that's it, you're all done. So you need to stay focused and work on that car until you get to that last pit stop. Make the changes you need, and then, you know, if you got a car that's capable of winning, go out there and run into people and knock them out of the way and go on a win. That was his philosophy. So you know, I mean, just really the patience of getting to the end of these races is what's so important. These races are real long, and there's no sense running wide open and knocking yourself out early on, or knocking your fenders off, or, you know, getting your door knocked in or something. You're so early on in the race that you can't try to go on and win it at the end.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, our 2000 Global Crossing at the Glen winner. Hopefully you have a good run this weekend, starting from wherever you're starting from. Before you're back in the field.
40-something.
Great win last year, Steve.
Yeah, okay,
Great.
Thank you all for coming. We'll see you at the ticket reception.